Well, I'm here to talk about the importance of history. First of all, people say, "Oh, man, I don't need to hear that. I don't want to hear that." Because how that tells me what I need to do right now and, how that's going to help me in my situation right now. Well, what people don't understand is history gives you a sense of direction. First, it tells you your orientation and where you came from. Orientation tells you exactly where you at and what direction you need to go in if you're going in the wrong direction. A lot of times people don't understand that their history is inaccurate. Their orientation is also misinformation. It's not accurate. And because of that, they don't know what direction to go in. They don't know how to go in the right direction, and they don't know how to get the most out of any kind of situation. Now, I say that to say this. Let's use this as a scenario. I'm walking with a person that hits me in the head and knock me out, give me a concussion. I wake up from the concussion and I can't remember the incident. That person stands over me, asks me if I'm okay. I say, I'm okay, and I get up. And as I'm walking, they hit me in the head again, knock me out again. Because I can't remember, I don't know the history of the event. He can repeat that over and over again, and I won't know what's going on. Now, imagine if I could remember the event when he hit me. I seen it. I remember how he cocked back. I remember which foot he stepped forward with. And I remember feeling the blow upon contact. And when I woke up, that person stands over me. First thing I'm going to do is whoop their ass when I get up. That's the first thing I'm going to try to do. If I can get my orientation back, I'm going to whoop their ass. Now, if I don't whoop their ass, I'm going to keep it in the back of my head. And the minute I see him cock back and put that leg forward, I know what's coming. Because I'm anticipating that, now I can either duck, move out the way, or counter, protecting myself. Because I remember the event, I remember the history. And with that being said, a lot of times we don't realize that our history is preventing certain things from happening again. So when I hear all these blacks that are being incarcerated, they don't understand their history. They don't know where they came from. They don't know that they was associated with greatness. They don't know that their bloodline had did great things prior to them, their other ancestors being captured and being locked down. So guess what? They're a continuum of what had already happened in the past, because they don't have no real information to allow them to grow away from that. Now, I say that to say this. It's very important right now that we get the accurate information of who we are, where we from, what we've did in the past, so that it can give us, one, confidence, motivation, inspiration, and orientation. What it's going to do is going to allow us to come back together, because it'll tell us where we went wrong. We went wrong when we stopped unifying. We went wrong when we allowed other people to get in our shit. We went wrong when we allowed them to do whatever they did and we ain't do nothing about it. That's where we went wrong. See, we won a lot. We've done a lot. Slavery don't exist no more because of what we did, not because of what they did. They got up and said, if we don't stop slavery right now and take a different approach, we fucked. You need to understand your history. You need to understand your history. We did a lot with a little. But even before we did a lot with a little, we educated everybody. We wrote the first book, and we wrote it in stone. We didn't write it on paper. It's still to be found. Everything that they got in terms of religion, in terms of knowledge, in terms of technology, that started with us, baby. We gave them a way to think. We gave them a way to be civilized. Why you think everybody was going to Africa? They were going there for the gold, for spices, for ivory. They was going there for all the things that we had. We wasn't going to them. And if we was going to them, we were educating them. We was teaching them how to build. We was teaching them how to be civilized and how to structure. Taking them from a nomadic stance and giving them communities where they can build and stay where they are without roaming. Now they don't have to think about, Well, shit, I'm just worried about how I'm gonna eat today, which most of us right now are still in that situation, trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my next meal. We know our history, then now you can get past that and have an understanding of being domesticated. We domesticate plants and animals first. Well, where food and all that was out of the way. Now we can focus on planning, future planning, mapping out the stars, making calendars, making months, making days. We created time. We created measurement. When I was in school, they told me Pythagorean had created the geometry for like the pyramids, and they used the pyramids as an example. Let me tell you something. Pythagoras didn't create anything. He pleasurized that from the African people, and when I say African, I mean black African, the Kemet people, the Kemet people. Kemet, that's what I'm talking about. They stole that, man. And they taught me that in school. They never gave credit to the people who created things. We created everything that's civilized, baby. All science, all medical, all came from black people. Our hue, our skin, our melanin. We don't know nothing about nothing. We don't know our greatness. We ain't tap into it yet. It's built in our DNA and we ain't even tapped into it yet because we don't have no orientation. There's a calibration that's going on right now. And if you're watching this, that calibration should be just rotating and rotating and rotating. And right now, it needs to be searching for better information so it can figure out why and where we need to go from here. Peace out.